Hello, I am Sean Sands from GamersWithJobs.com, and I am back with more Kerbal Space Program. Yay! Everybody loves Kerbal Space Program. Well, if you don't, you, I can't help you. There's no helping you. As promised before this episode, I've done several sort of missions to run up my bank account a little bit, get a little bit more science, and sort of set up a number of things. So I've done stuff like put a couple of satellites in orbit up here, a couple of various weird orbits, and I have another one obviously I can do here as well, but we're not on that yet. But these are super good for just making a ton of money. I may do an episode with one of these at some point, just to kind of flesh things out a bit, in case you're interested. But it made us a nice chunk of change, helped us get a little more science, and I think we're going to do a couple of things here. So what I want to do is I want to take a moonshot. I want to try and go to the moon. We have a mission for it, and we have gather science data from space around the moon, gather science data from the surface of the moon. Which I think we can probably do. I think we have the parts to do that at this point. Of course, it would be great to have the heavier rockets, have the mainsail. That would make things, a lot easier. I do now have the science to get one more, and maybe it is going to be landers. See, I'm still kind of iffy on this, but I think this time it is landers. Let me just make sure. I don't care about miniaturization. Flight control, I don't need anything mech jeb related there. Stabilizer, the lander can might be nice. Because it's super light. I mean, like you see there, its mass is 0.66 as compared to your primary one. Well, that's actually not that much difference. Crash tolerance 14. I thought there was something much better about this one. No, I guess it's not that much better. Never mind. That might be an old information. I don't care that much about more plane parts yet. Yeah, I think we are going to get the landing stuff. We do at some point here soon want to be able to start advancing in technology. That is not cheap. To do that, which one of these is? Yeah, to do that, it'll cost us 451. I don't know, Kerbucks. 451 Kerbucks. Astronaut complex. Oh, and that, yeah, and we also need that to be able to do EVAs. Oh, meow. But that's not what I'm upgrading right now. What I think I want to upgrade is the VAB, or definitely the launch pad. I need more unlimited weight, unlimited size. So that's sort of a done deal. We have our patched conics, so I don't care about tracking objects, flight planning. I don't care about more contracts right now. Spaceplane hangar, nope. Kerbals can perform EVAs. Well, yeah, we should do this. At least we could do like EVAs on just in space, which would be nice. Kerbals on EVA can place flags, but so I can do that, but astronaut complex upgrade required for surface sample. Maybe it's just the surface sample. Maybe they can do the EVAs, but they can't do the surface samples, which I guess makes sense. So yeah, I think we will do this upgrade so we can do EVAs, and that's just more science. Let's see if we can build something to go to the moon and land and get back. That's going to be the tricky part. So yeah, this is going to be. I'm going to take a little bit of time here in the vehicle assembly building to kind of think this out. So first thing we want to start with is the lander itself. I don't know that I'm going to take a Science Junior on this trip. I want to preserve parts. I don't need extra weight, so I want to be cautious about that. I'll take a couple of goo canisters and other science, but probably will sit back on that. Do I want a drogue chute? Now, the nice thing about drogue chutes is when you think back to a couple of episodes ago when we were coming in super hot, a drogue chute would have been useful there. You can, it has a, you can deploy it at a much faster rate. So, for example, you can deploy this at 424 meters per second, as opposed to 264 here. But that's not that much difference. Yeah, that's not a lot different. I don't know. I think we just go with the radial mount and we don't be dumb about our re-entry plans, which is Seems like a bold thing to say considering some of our history, but you know, what the heck? That's where we are. So what else do I want on my lander itself? I think obviously we'll need a fuel tank. Like so. We're going to want an engine attached to that. Like so. And then do we want... I think we definitely want a couple of... Let's see. I think we're probably going to want to do it like this. Is the Terrier powerful enough? It should be. That's not super heavy. I don't want additional engines on there, I don't think. I think that's just too much weight. But I do like having the fuel. Oh, you know what we do need? We need our... Nope. Don't feel like that went in the way I wanted it to. Kind of want these a little lower because I think that's where I'm going to put the landing legs. I'm going to assume I land with those still on. There we go. We want mech jub. Yep, there it is. Mech jub. Goes right on top here. We don't need the symmetry for that. And we can tell... oh. How come I don't show any... Maybe I'm just not... not showing my total delta V here yet. Well, we'll keep going and we'll see if we figure that out. I'm sure I'm just missing something. Let's see. Then we want the landing struts. How many parts do we have? We have a limit of 30 parts. We're going to have to, yeah, we're going to have no choice but to spend the money on that, I think. And over here too, which one? This one. And we'll start with them retracted. Okay, good. We need batteries, a couple of batteries on here for sure. And we'll need solar panels. So, is that enough batteries? I don't think we need a ton of batteries. Once we have the solar panels, we'll be able to recharge fairly easily. So there, and maybe there. Good. Don't really have a ladder, but maybe I should. Let's see. You know what? I don't think I'm going to do symmetry here. I think I'm going to put this right here, and maybe another one right here. Or I can just do the inline. Why don't I do that? Why am I overthinking this? Nope. I said go away. Go away. Get off. Do the inline. Ugh. On top. Am I going to detach this? Yes, I am going to detach that. So we want a heat shield there. Giant heat shield. No, we're not going to do a giant heat shield. And we'll need the coupler, and then that. So, dude, it's the last thing before the parachutes. That engine goes. Where did I had landing struts. I'm 100% sure I had landing struts. They disappeared. Nope. Oh, I just didn't have symmetry on. I am super smart. Alright. Oh, I see. I got it. I'm with it now. There we go. Yeah, and we have our delta V. So that has a total of 1,347 delta V, which is good. It feels pretty stable to me. Gonna do a barometer or two, a couple of barometers. One for on the moon, maybe one above the moon. Do a couple of goo canisters. Maybe one here. One here. This is going to be an expensive trip. Oh my goodness. And and a communicatron, which I don't think we need necessarily on the ship itself, but well, let's do the antenna. Sticking right through the mech job. That's fine. So we're going to start with that as our lunar lander Mark 1. Mark I. There we go. Let's save that. We've used up 29 parts for it. Yeah, we have no choice here. We're absolutely going to have to upgrade the VAB here so we can get that 255 max parts. I don't think we're going to mess with basic action groups right now. I don't know that I've ever messed with basic action groups, so now does not seem like the time to do it. All right, so this is our lunar lander. Let's make sure everything works here, and this is our return vehicle as well. So we have the fuel coming into here, with the landing struts, we've got a little science. It's going to be, where's its center of mass? It's not too bad. I don't need that. Okay, good. So this will be our lander. And do I want an inline reaction wheel? Whew. Not here. So let's put the decoupler on. It's a small reaction wheel. I don't think it's going to get much out of it, but might. Seems like a waste. Let's not do that. We'll just power through. Engines. So main stage. Hopefully our transfer stage is here. We use the swivel. No, wait. The Reliant. Is it on a gimbal? I can never remember. That one has. This one has a gimbal. This one doesn't. That's the nice thing about this one is it helps your vectoring while the Reliant really doesn't. Do I care enough about that? The ISP is 320 in a vacuum versus this 300, 270, 280, but it just has that a little extra oomph. But I don't know that I don't care about oomph. I don't think this is an oomph kind of mission. That brings us to total of 2,486 delta V. Except that's just that stage. Why don't you see the second stage? Bam, bam, bam. No, these go up here. And this goes down here. Yeah, okay, that was the problem. It was detaching these as part of that separation stage before we ever ran this engine. Engine's a word that I remember. Okay, stage 1, and then finally that, and then land. Okay, that 4841. Good. I like that. Should we do the asparagus launch? I mean, we could do just a giant solid rocket booster, but I don't think this is booster territory. Booster's really when you just it's just too heavy to get off the ground. Is what I think of it as. I don't know if that's a legitimate thing I just said or not, but that's how I always think of it is, this is never going to get off the ground. I need a booster. So I think, should we do a double? Can we do a double? Why can't we do a double? We've earned it. We have a right to that. Well, let's put these down here then, and we'll use the duct tape up there. So if we did this and that, I feel like no, that's wrong. I want to kind of line these up, I think. And slide you down so it all matches up. We'll put an engine on it. We'll put more swivels. Just stick with what we know works. I mean, all of them work. I don't think one will just fail to work entirely. I hate it when it does that. I want it to be visible. I just like seeing it. But then if I do asparagus staging, how much more do I get? So we're at 6589 right now, which is certainly enough to get to the moon. I mean, if if I had more confidence in my just piloting ability, I'd probably feel real comfortable about that as just plenty to do everything. But I don't. So there we go. Let's do that. Man, this thing's a monster. And we are going to need to tie this all together. How much? 32,000? It's not as expensive as I would have thought. So there's that. And these flow into here. There we go. Takes us up to 7590. So our thrust to weight. Oof, thrust to weight's bad. That's real bad. Boy, is that for real? Things get heavy. Unless we throw them all on at once, which maybe it's not taking that into account. Maybe it's not taking that into account. Yeah, 1.74. Okay, it wasn't thinking we were going to put them all on at once. And yeah, these are the ones we want to go first. So we'll launch everything. Those two detach. Nope, that was wrong. Everything launches. These two detach. Because the first stage is those flowing into there, leaving that stage there, and then finally that. 7590. Feels like it should be enough. Feels like it probably, this thing could probably get to Duna. So I don't know what I'm worrying about. Start sticking things together. Click to there. Let's click these. This is where things start to get real ugly. Duct tape 101. Ugly is, I don't know, ugly survives. We'll call it that. Ugly survives. And that's a dark thing, it feels like to say, but who knows. Good. And there. Okay. Whew. Some monstrosity. Okay, let's check the staging. Everything launches. That detaches and that detaches. Great. Those detach. That detaches. That stage activates. When these run out of fuel, they break off. And finally, the re-entry stage. And that's not too heavy either. I think that's less heavy. We have science, we have a thermometer, we have a battery, we have solar panels. Okay. And this is moon shot. I mean, there's really only one way to find out. Oh, let's put some of these on. Just for fun. Click. No, that's terrible. Don't do that. Do them there. All right. I say we go for it. Oh, pull the gantry up into here. And, oh, I meant to click save, and I click launch. Oh, do a quick stretch. Who we got in the seat? Jeb? Quick save for safety. And, yeah. Final check. Get our orbit information up. We'll need surface later, but it's good for now. Our science testing is, our goal is to recover scientific data from space around the moon, and recover scientific data from the surface of the moon, and throttle up. SAS on in 3, 2, 1. All right, that's an auspicious start. That is good. I am going to be so careful. Don't have any fins. I'm going to be so careful with this in the atmosphere. I don't want to get those atmospheric effects just crushing us and knocking us right back to the ground or spinning us out. So we're probably going to go a little higher than I might have otherwise before I even dared to kind of tap the turn. We'll just see how that goes. Hopefully, I can give it a little nudge. Stay safe. Stay inside our prograde marker. Hopefully we don't have any kind of massive... we haven't really talked about this. I am not above quick loading or reverting. I'm just not above. I'm not that guy. Okay, and detach. Good. I'd like to rotate this so that the next attachment is... No! I did it bad. Oh, I did it real bad. And now we are going to try to launch this thing for the first time ever. Let's just check everything. Everything good. Okay, let me remind myself what keys do. That was awkward. All right. In. Throttle up. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's a really clean launch. This one's even better. This one's way better than the last one. Roll later in the program. It was a failure from the start, but here we are, going back in time as we need to be. So yeah, the turn was okay. I felt like I had pretty good control. When it started around 2000, just tap, oh so gentle, tap, nudge that prograde. Lovingly, just nudge it. Let's go over here. Let's hang out over here. And hang out with me. I know you do, program. Alright, ready to detach and cut out. Great. Nudge it a little more. Good. Stay on the ball, stay in that prograde marker. We're still in pretty heavy atmosphere, so if we get caught up by that atmosphere, it can turn real bad real fast. But we're doing okay. Okay. Good. Plenty of fuel. Apple Apps is up to 24,000. That's nice. Good. This is a clean launch. I like this one. To get it over here to about 45, but I want to go there nice and smooth. And when we're close to 45, we'll do that turn. Fuel's holding up nicely. We still got 5,000 in the tank. That's a ton. 30,000. Apple Apps at 55. Maybe we just get it up to... Yeah, we're cruising now. 70. And let it get to 85 and then we cut engines. 845. Nice. And we're still on this stage? Oh, that's really good. I'm really happy about that. So we will add our maneuver. Too much. Nudge it back ever so slightly. Good. All right. So let's roll. Can we roll? Yeah. I'll feel better about getting rid of those engines if I don't feel like... I mean, I know we're not in heavy gravity still. We'll need a minute burn, probably less than that because we'll be cutting a lot of this weight off. So I'll probably start it around 30 seconds. Or a little under 30 seconds because I don't think we'll need quite that much. Just oh so gentle. This thing's still kind of a beast. It'll just lose. It'll catch a lot of momentum and can be really hard to handle. But not for much longer. Not for much longer. Good. All right. Nudge it a bit. Go ahead and save just to... Why not? Just because why not? You know what? I never want to be the person who's like, I wish I'd saved. I mean, I've been that person a million times, so it's not like, oh, yeah, let's go. Throttle up. Get ready to detach. Nice, clean detach. Excellent. Oh, this burn is going to take a while. I was totally wrong. It's not going to take less time. It's going to take more time. But it'll be fine. It'll all be fine. Everything will be fine. Did we clear the apoapse? We're on the apoapse right now. With a minute left in this burn. Well, not ideal, but it is what it is. I wonder why it's so heavy a burn. It seems like more than normal for an orbital, but whatever. T plus 25. Periapsis is slowly moving up, so we'll just stick with it for a second here. Jeb's cool. Jeb's always cool. Jeb's super cool. Of course Jeb's cool. What am I talking about? It's important that we get Jeb home. We're going to have to make good decisions to get Jeb home. Jeb's family, little Jeb, Jeb Jr., J Jr., and Jebadonna, maybe. They're at home waiting. They expect their dad back real soon. And cut engines. That's not going to do it. It's an ugly orbit, but what are you going to do? I mean, fly better is the answer to that question, but clearly I'm not going to do that. Why is my periapse so low? It's because I did a terrible job. My periapse is inside the... So we're going to have to go up. We're going to have to keep going. No, I think we want to... how do we do this? Darn. We got to get out of orbit, or got to get out of the atmosphere. No, that's not good. Is this doing anything? I'm terrible. I'm the worst at this. This is just ugly. It's just ugly, ugly, ugly. Top to bottom. Come on, give me 70,000. Oh, we're just wasting fuel now. Here, I didn't want this fuel. Oh, I'm gonna have a weird... I don't know which way to go. I don't know what I'm doing. Just keep going straight. Straight's helping. Get us, come on, 70. Oh, that apoapse is disgusting. This is the worst. Why have I done this bad a job? Okay, fine. Gross. All right. So that was exactly how we wanted that to go. This is a very... Actually, that the plane of the orbit's not bad. I didn't ruin that. Set as target. We will just kind of... Let's see. We want to line it up about here, maybe. And add a maneuver. And we want a lunar intercept. Munar intercept. Okay, but it's not going to be... Because we are in... It's because I think it's because I've got such a weird... Okay, there we go. We got one there. It's not close. Periapsis of 1.7. Can we improve that at all without just wrecking the... That doesn't seem to be helping. Why is it so bad? Is it coming in underneath or just... No, it seems flat. It's just kind of far out. That's a little better. $771, $733. That's not helping. $690. How much? Wonder how much delta V we're talking about. That's really not. That's a lot less than I was expecting. $641. Can I rotate it even more and get it in a little tighter? We got some... There we go. That's more like it. That's the sort of thing I'm after. 35. Okay. Whew. I was worried there for a second. Great. Coming around pretty quick on the node itself, so we need a 42-second burn. Let's get about here. And then we'll line it up. We will line it up. Do good things. Coming around. All right. Nice. Still got 2 minutes to our node, so plenty of time to line it up. Got 3,400 delta V in the tank. We know we need 792. That should leave us, let's call it 2,500 just to be safe, to land on the moon, take off from the moon, and come back from the moon. That seems super doable. I mean, not with how well we've, we, I shouldn't implicate you in this, how well I have been doing some of the fine work here, but it's doable. Yeah, we still have this stage. So why don't we go ahead and 689, I'm going to go ahead and every time I come frightening close to hitting the space bar. Just like, oh, don't want those fuel tanks anymore. All right, and we're making our burn to the moon. Nice clean deal. Everything's going smoothly. Keep it on the dot. Keep it on the line. 100 delta V in the tank, and get ready to detach. Detach. And go. Alright, it's nice to have a really nice, clean, stable little machine right now. Okay. How do we look? Well, we have a periapsis of 97,000 meters. I will take that. I think we can manage that, and we can probably tighten it up a little bit in here. Let's do our first EVA. Never done an EVA before. There's no time like the present, I say. How are we doing? We got electric charge. Yeah, let's do this. Do we have crew? No, of course we don't have a crew report. Oh, look at Jeb. Oh, Jeb, you're doing so good. Take that experiment, store that experiment. I think we're going to let go. I think we're going to just float around for a minute. Yay! Oh, how you turn on those little lights. Yes! Oh, Jeb, looking good. Nice job. Float around, just check things out. How's the ship looking? How's the Lunar Mark 1 doing? I think it's doing real good. And that's enough. Now it's making me nervous. Here we go. There we go. Nice and clean. Quick little spin around the ship. And head back in. Slowly. Okay, well, there you go. All right, we are on the way to the moon. Orient that way. Oh, whoop, blip. There we go. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Just log it in. We are on our way to the moon. We have 2,600 total delta V in the tank. And I think we're going to stop part 1 right here. We got everything in order. We're on the way. Next time, Jeb lands on the moon and then comes home? Question mark? Until then, my name is Sean Sands from gamerswithjobs.com. Thank you for joining me for more Kerbal Space Program, and I will see you real soon.